Johatsu is a Japanese term arrived from basically people who just disappear overnight without a trace. You know, kind of like in the middle of the night where no one's active, you just get up and leave. You just move, you know? Just lose contact with everybody.
The rooftop terrace is now
Just
officially open. That's
let
our
go.
biggest share space, perfect for the whole community.
Growing up, I guess it was kind of like that, you know, kind of hopping in and out from friend group to friend group. Never really, you know, thinking anyone fucked with me. Never really
We've got a better setup for our solar panels. With the new
going and
configuration, we've
staying
increased our
in there
input and can now
kind of
run
thing,
more
you know?
lights at night.
It was like I'd meet new person, you know, become friends with them, and then they would introduce me to other people, and I would be like, "Whoa, okay, cool." And then we'd talk, we'd hang out, and then I'd feel like I wasn't really contributing anything, and then I just slowly and slowly fade away and disappear more often than usual. And they just, you know, get used to it. They're like, "Oh, he's not here. Oh well." To the point where it's like, you know, they just slowly stop remembering. I always kept myself at arm's length from, not arm's length, but I kept myself away from everybody to a certain reach because I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't want to just deal with the over and over again pain and whatnot that people would experience. It's kind of just like I I purposely usually just keep myself off social media in my real life. Like I do all this, you know, VTubing and content creation with this like safety of not needing to show myself to anybody. I can be whoever I wanted to be. I can pretend. I can, you know, show my face. It's the internet. No one's gonna know what's real or fake. Which is pretty cool, so I could do anything, really. You know, it's like I could tell you what I want you to know. I could just throw shit into thin air, and then you're gonna either catch it or you're just gonna completely ignore it and let it fall to the ground. It's that type of shit, you know? There's like no need half the time for me to be saying my personal business, where I live, who I know, who I don't know. It's just existence, basically. That's basically what I wanted to thrive to do, just to exist. You know, I didn't know if I had a purpose per se. Nobody knows if they have a purpose. Nobody, not everybody, you know, thinks they have a purpose. Everybody's different. I never thought it either. I kind of just I did want to be like always in the background. You know, my number one thing when I was talking to people was like I could be the fun side character, you know? Cuz I never sought to be a main character. Maybe in this persona of mine with Akusetsu or AKU, you know, I'm I would say in this persona of Akusetsu, if I'm not the best, and I'm the greatest. If I'm not the greatest, then I'm the only one. Real life, it's there's more than one person. No one gets a spotlight, kind of thing, you know. At work, when there's team meetings, everybody's always standing in a circle. I'm just outside the circle. I've never wanted to be in the circle, you know. Everybody's surrounded and talking with each other. I'm in the back, behind four other people, or like just off to the side. And they notice, but they never said anything about it, you know. They just let me be back there. I don't mind it. I can still hear everybody. That's what I usually do. Just, you know, look and listen usually. Everybody's always saying, "Oh, you're so extroverted in real life or whatnot, or online," you know. But that's different. I know you people, or I am just another person on the internet. That's why I'm so extroverted. You know, it's never like, uh, when you see me in real life. I always say, when you see me in real life, you wouldn't see me another time ever again. It was more like, you see me once, that's all you're gonna see of me. Maybe there's coincidences, maybe there's other times where you'd see me, but it has to be in like a set environment that no matter what, you're gonna have to see another person, you know? Like, high school was different. High school is very different. Everybody saw each other no matter what. You know, it was kind of just like, you have to see each other. Not, I mean, if you're in the same class, yeah, or like if you knew what classes they were, you could avoid them. It's kind of like that, but you know, that's hard to do when it's area or like a school. In real life, it was kind of, you know, realistically, in a store or something, you're never gonna you're never gonna lock eyes with me. You're never gonna see me more than once in the same aisle unless I forget something, which I barely do when it comes to wanting to shop. I'm just in and out because I'd rather not stay in a place where I'm exposed to a lot of people. I just I just don't like people in general. Like, everybody is to me the same thing. I could hate you, but it's gonna take a lot. I could like you, but it's gonna take a lot. It's the same thing. When I first meet someone, it's like, hmm, it's like kind of just like neutral, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, I don't like them, I don't hate them, I just see them as a person. You know, if you give me a reason to not like you or to like you, it's kind of just like, then that's the reaction you're gonna get out of me. I'll show you respect first if you show me respect back. If you don't show me respect back, then what's the point of me showing respect first? You give me the attention, I'll give you the attention back. Because I would think that's like normal, basic human reaction to like shit like that, right? You know, like, we just met. Why are you gonna be rude? You know? It's kind of just like, why would you want to be respected if you're not gonna show respect to the other person in the first place? Sure, I guess people would find it rude if I don't talk to them right away, or if I just look at them and don't say anything when we pass by each other all the time. Well, yeah, I would, because you're doing the same thing. You're passing me by without... You're just gonna stare at me and not say anything. I'm not gonna say anything first, you know? Sure, we could, like, pass each other and see each other's face and know our names, but... You know, it's kind of like... I don't see a reason to say hi if you didn't say hi. I don't want to be awkward and say hi to you, and you're like, why is he saying hi to me? So I just don't do it. If you say hi, I'm gonna say hi, of course. If you're gonna be an asshole, I'm not gonna say shit back to you, you know? I think it's how everybody would be like. Back to the friend group thing, you know, being a Johatsu and whatnot. I felt like in high school, that's what I did do mostly. I would just meet people. Yeah, I'm repeating what I'm saying. I'm trying to go back to my train of thought. I would meet people, you know, hang out, stop hanging out. But I never really knew if they fucked with me after that. So I would just never, you know, think. Sure, there's a bunch of people following me from high school on my real Instagram account, not like my Aku or like not my thing. But, you know, there's not really, I don't talk to them, you know, like I know who they are, but I don't know them really. They don't know me really. We just happen to go to the same school, just happen to know the same people. It was very different, you know. I feel like, you know, there's a better way to explain things like this. But I don't know if I do regret or don't regret being like that in high school, because it's kind of just like, doesn't really affect anything. I'm working in like a different thing than everybody, a different field. Everybody's like in college or like working a different type of job than what I am doing. So I don't see a point in like relating with some of these people. It sounds bad, but like I don't know what sounds bad and what sounds good, because everybody just hates on a lot of things that I do or don't do. And I just gave up and accepted that no one's going to be happy with what or who I am. Uh, I I remember in high school I saw this one girl. I was a senior by then, and she was a junior. She was a lead of a club that I joined. It was a dance club. It was K-pop, you know, like Korean pop and all the dancing and shit. I mean, I love dancing. I used to dance a lot, and I have the body strength to do break dancing. And I did join the club for that, but I just never included myself into it because it was a lot of people, and I felt like, you know, my skill class was just a lot different than theirs. Being me lower, well, they had more, you know, rhythm and flow. But in K-pop, I joined K-pop because I was convinced by a few friends to do it, and I was like, yeah, why not? I have no club activities. I've been doing nothing my entire high school life besides take electives, fail a few classes, and like
System unresponsive.
Looks like you're gonna need to
done
restore power to
something
get into
simple
that lab. There has to be some kind of
just to
backup
get
power
by. So
supply.
I was like,
See
okay,
what you
I'll
can
do it.
find.
But knowing I joined the club, there's a big performance at the end of school, you know, or like near the end of the school year, in the middle, and it was fun doing that too. But I joined the club specifically because I got convinced to, and that the club leader was low key really pretty. Like, she was really pretty, and it disappointed me in the end because she thought I was weird. You know, I mean, who wouldn't think I'm weird? Have you seen what I've been posting and stuff? But she thought I was weird, and I, you know, in my head, whatever. You know, people, everybody thinks differently of me, and like I can't really decide what people think about me. I can't be happy with what people think of me. I can't be sad about it. It's just what people think of me, and I won't hate. It's just what happens. But before she thought I was weird, I did talk with her. You know, I did like join the club. I danced with her. I was for the first performance where we like introduced ourselves. I did fuck up a bit because I was low key sick, and I just had terrible stage fright. I mean, I did perform before.
Well done.
I did
Should be able to
magic
recover the
for a
cash now.
talent show in front of the school. I did music performances too. Like I played clarinet and I had a solo because there was only like two other people doing the clarinet with me and this huge band. I do live stream a lot, you know. I did
Vital signs critical.
a good amount of performing at least, you know, to suffice or put on a resume that I can perform somewhat. Now, it did throw me off though when I did that first performance, because like I just did terrible. I wasn't feeling it, and I just like, oh, this is a bad first intro. Now, mind you, a lot of these people, like a good amount of them knew me before like I joined the club, which is kind of weird because I just never talked to anybody, you know, like out of my people that I know. So it was crazy that these people knew me, and their impressions of me were like, I'm a cool person, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I never thought I was a cool person. I was just existing, you know, and like wanting to not not I don't want to say it, but you know, I just kept going. I was like, oh, cool. And it was so weird because one of them like walked up to me while I was in a thing called ROP, which is like they train you for job site training kind of thing. Not a job site, but like they teach you trade skills at high school, and I had to go to a different school for that. It was my first and second period before coming to my regular school. And like they just walked up to me while I was in a car, and then they're like, oh hey, Aku, and I'm like, oh hey, you know, and it's like, oh, are you in this thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I take this class too, I've been taking it for 2 years. And they're like, oh cool, you know. I'm like, you're here too? Like, yeah, I do nursing. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And you know, they're wearing the nursing scrubs and everything, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then when they left, after they're talking, like their leader was talking with one of our teachers, she walked off, and I went to my friend who I knew for like since 6th grade. I was like, hey bro, who is that?
One more Shade Tech cash accounted for.
And they're like, oh, that's this person. And I'm like, oh, how do they know me? And they're like, they know you? And I'm like, I don't know, I guess. And they're like, oh yeah, well they're in like thing, you know, they're blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And you know, I was just surprised. But fast forwarding to like back to when I was fully into K-pop club. Yeah, I just thought the girl was pretty, and I was like, you know, I'll try. So I ended up like hanging out in this quote unquote 700 club, which is all the dancers. They would sit in the English building, and like, you know, they just hang out there. They'd either practice or they just like chill. And I was like, oh, that's lit. I joined them, and I was part of that. You know, everybody welcomed me, and I was like, that's cool. Now, these like, it was just, you know, interesting, to say the least. But they accepted me and whatnot, and I was like the next group that I was about to leave, because you know, that's how it was. But after I joined that group and like I started hanging out with them, the choreo stuff came on, and it was practicing a dance to Home Run by 17. We learned the entire choreography. I took the part that had like everybody was, you know, taking parts. Everybody was trying to take the least amount of parts that had main stage. You know, like everybody had to go up at least once in the front. So everybody was taking least main stages. And the club leaders were the girl, the vice, and the secretary. They both took the top 3 that had the most middle, or the most like front line performance, where you're the spotlight. And it was, for me, it was either the choice of me to be like have like 5 main spotlights, I think, or 2. And I was like, you know what? It's my last year. I want to try to impress. I chose the one with 5 spotlights, and the leaders had like 7 and 6. So like, I was up in the front, and I was like, oh boy, am I ready for this? I don't know. I still did it. And I remember when we first started choreo, I just got into a car accident. Like, I just crashed my car. Like, my prized possession. It was a 1990 Mazda Miata. I was driving, you know, I took a turn too fast, just slammed straight over a curb, and fucking wrecked the front control arm, front right, and just couldn't turn my car, and I was just devastated, you know. Hurt me more that my dad was like, it's just a car, even though it was like a car that me and him worked on, and like that was the only thing we did together, really. Because in my eyes, I never really grew up with both my parents until like 13 years old. It was usually my grandma, just grandpa taking care of me, taking me to school, my sister too, whenever she had free time. You know, it was just like that. Oh,
Malfunctioning.
so yeah, I was devastated about that, but I still went to the rehearsal.
Hostile blinder firefly detected.
Like the rehearsal for K-pop, I still went to that shit, and I was
Hostile
sad, I was hurting. Oh fuck.
hostile striker drone detected.
I was sad, I was hurting,
Hostile
like
explosive seeker mine
I,
detected.
I just crashed over my car, you know.
Agent kit.
So I was like, yeah, I'll still go. You know, I want to show that I have courage and I'm willing to do this. I warned them ahead of time, like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be good, but not. So then, you know, they gave us the warm up to the choreography and showed us how it went. And like I fucked with it. Like it was pretty cool. I did it. And you know, they're really vibing with it. Everybody's having fun. I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then um I was still hurting, of course. And the the club lead was like, "Oh, you know, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's checking on me. This is cool." And you know, I was like, "Oh, you know, ooh, I'm being asked if I'm okay by this pretty lady." You know, and I was just you know, appalled and amazed at the same time because I never thought I looked good. I when COVID happened, I was happy because I could have a mask on and like keep my face hidden from
Control
everybody.
point detected.
And like probably a lot of you are like, why? Why are you covering your face? You look good. Or are you rage baiting? Are you trolling? Like there's no way you look like that and you have zero confidence. And I don't see what you guys see in me when you tell me this shit. You know? Sure, I'd have confidence every once in a while and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm the best looking motherfucker in the world. But like 100%, not 100%, like 90% of the time, I like not want to show my face. I would never want to show out my face. I kept wearing mask after COVID, and I like barely got to the point where I like could, you know, keep my mask off. You on Instagram, it was always not looking, mask away, or my face was shown, but like, and on the last picture where nobody would probably swipe. My stories were blurry, my face was barely shown, it just had bad, you know, lighting, all of that. And like, you know, I was just surprised that she talked to me. I was like, oh, just lit. Then I was nice to her, you know. And then like when I got to another dancing point or another part time in dancing, I remember there's like one part where like I couldn't get, and like everybody was asking for help too. And then this one part for some reason remember being so good at shaking ass. Like, not like shaking ass, but like side shake. You know, like when you flare, when women would like flare their thigh out and then like, you know, to create a flared out jiggle, or not a flared out jiggle all the time, but like kind of like a flared out movement. I was so confused on that part, and then when they showed me, I was like, oh, so like this, and I did that shit perfectly, and all of them were like, whoa, and I was like, whoa, you know, because like, damn, this dude's good at shaking ass for some reason. And like, you know, I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. But I'm sidetracking so hard, you know, it's just how I am, I guess.
Hole detected.
But you know, we fast forward. I remember asking her out for Valentine's Day. I kind of felt kind of bad because she like looks so nervous, and she, you know, she said that she's not really looking into dating. She'd rather focus on studies, or like, you know, her something, you know. And I didn't mind, you know. At least I got it off my chest, you know. I'm not gonna be desperate and keep trying to go for her. I learned from the past, you know, just to not, you know, just if they say no, they say no, you know. Kind of just like that. So that's what I did. I just kept being me, you know. I kept being nice to her. Oh shit, it's a hostage. Like, you know, I just stayed nice to her. If she was nice to me, she shouldn't have thought. I would just
Agent killed.
chill and be nice back to her, kind of shit. That's how it was, you know. But, I guess that gave me a boost of confidence or whatnot, because, you know, she didn't say no exactly. That's what people said. She didn't say no. And, like, I guess I just like, oh, you know, it's not bad that she didn't say anything like that. She just said right now. Everybody was like, she just said right now, and I'm like, oh, like, yeah, I guess, you know, that's crazy. What do you mean not right? Like, she didn't say no. She said not right now. I felt like that's kind of a weird thing, you know, that people were so hyped about that. But still, you know, I guess she didn't say no. But I still didn't want to push because it's not who I am. You know, if it's just one and done, one and done. But after that, you know, I guess she was kind of nicer. Not nicer, but I don't know. She just, I don't know if she's fucking with me or not. Because she was just like, at some points, I would just be, fuck, how to explain it? At one time, we were doing the choreo, and I remember like wanting to impress her that I just like stayed up at 2 in the morning doing it. I ended up waking up early, you know, picking up people to take them to school so we can do the choreo. Cause like, you know, we're kind of behind. We're throwing. Well, I don't know if you could say the same about me because I was pretty understanding of the choreo, but everybody just didn't have the time, or everybody was just staying. So, you know, they got sad and cried during one of the practices because they didn't think it was going to be possible. I don't know if it was just like baiting or not, but they were sad, and I just, you know, hurt to see those people sad because, you know, they're passionate about something and they want it to work. Everybody has that feeling, right? You're passionate and you just want
Portable
shit to
device
work.
detected.
So, you know, I went home and just started practicing that one practice. I practiced the entire day, damn near, till 2 in the morning. Then, you know, they told us that we're gonna end up having to go to school early. And I was like, all right, bet. You know, I woke up early. I would practice late. I would wake up early, go to school with like a Monster or Celsius, and I just get straight to dancing, you know? I just kept going. No matter what, you know, I kept trying my best to learn. And like, I remember I kept going and going, trying so hard. And I remember in the mornings, every time that we would do the choreo, like nobody would get their part. And this was the time that I had my main performance where I would like pop out and like guide them kind of thing. And I remember her like being so aggressive to everybody, like yelling and shit, like she's a drill sarge, because like these people weren't getting it, and I don't blame them. It's kind of hard to like get the timing right for all of them to jump at the same time. But all I did was like do my little walk in and then like raise my arms and they would come in, and like I was like guiding them, kind of like you know, and like it would just kept getting repetitive and repetitive and repetitive, and she was just yelling and yelling, you know, like come on guys, like the timing's off, and she would get frustrated and whatnot. Felt bad, you know. And then I remember like after the probably like the 12th one, she looked at me and she's like, "Oh, you can just sit there. It's okay." Like she in the nicest, softest voice ever. She's like, "You can just sit there. It's okay. You don't need to get up. You don't need to move. Okay, this is just their part. You know, I don't want you to keep moving. Just relax." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I remember just watching, and then she just immediately shift back to drill sergeant, just yelling at them, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." I watched them and watched them, and she would just look back at me and smile every once in a while. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Then, you know, after that performance thing, and like every time we'd see each other in the hallway, she would wave at me. Like, she would take the time to smile and wave, and I was like, "Oh, this is lit." And I'd do the same back. But, you know, I didn't know how I looked when I smiled, and I never liked how I looked when I smiled. So if you look at me in almost every post on Instagram, Facebook, whatever my family has me on, whatever I have my friends on me on, any group photos, I'm RBF. I'm never smiling. I just never liked how I looked when I smiled. Probably in any of my future posts, if I do show my face, I'm never gonna be smiling because I just don't like how it looks. I could be happy probably for that tiny bit, but if you take a photo, I'm gonna either look ugly as shit or I'm just not gonna smile. And after like the whole smiling thing, you know, I was like, "Oh, this lit." And then we went to do our performance, like the group performance on stage with all the the multicultural rally. I'm not Korean, but I'm part of the K-pop club doing Korean dances. Everybody's confused. Everybody thought I was Korean after that actually, but I'm just normal Asian, Filipino, Chinese, and Japanese, right? It's amazing being mixed. Damn, all these Asians and you're still not smart. I know, right? Crazy work by me. But after that, you know, performance, like it was like a good night, you know. I had people like made photo cards, which is like, if you don't know what photo cards are, it's what they like, it's photos of it's like candid photos of like the people in the K-pop group, and then they sell the cards with the albums, and you can collect them like Pokemon. Can get your favorite ones, can get the ones you don't want, and you can trade them, kind of type shit, you know. That's how it was, and I made them for like, I didn't make them, I had a friend make them for me, and you know, they liked them, and it was cool, and everybody liked them. She liked them too. She posted about it in the Discord server that we had for the group. She's like, "Oh, you know, best photo cards ever." Thought that was lit, and I was like so happy about that, cause you know, she thought I made it, and she was so impressed. I let myself have that glory.
you long enough. Here's the deal. I let you in, you let me go, okay? There's ordnance in there that crosses the line. I don't want any part of this shit. Guns are one thing, but this...
The ramp
This
to the
needs to be
parking
shut
garage
down.
looks like your best way in.
Oh shit, I meant to try to kill them, but oh well. But I'm sidetracking so hard. I'm sorry, guys. It was kind of just impressive, but not at the same time. And then after the performance, yeah, we all think, but that's like, it was still like, she would still do the wave thing with me, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. And I get to see her, she waves, she gives me a pretty smile, and I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. And then I was content where I was, you know. Oh shit, I wasn't like upset or anything, you know. It was just kind of like, it was chill. And then I remember prom. Besides prom, like besides the K-pop group, I was hanging out with like my regional, the trade school friends. And they were kind of, it was a big group. They kind of just split. So it went from like 20 people to like 10 and 5. Everybody's talking shit about each other, you know, high school shit. I remember I left the group because like they started talking shit about me and I did nothing really besides not choose a side when other people talk shit about each other. And I guess that's enough. I've always been neutral. But yeah, so I stopped hanging with that group and I started going to the K-pop. So like, they were still supportive of me, that other group, and I was happy about that. I was always able to go back to them because I'd see them in first and second period anyway, because you know we're part of the same trade thing. And after all that shit, like, motherfucker, just kill the guy, bro. After all that, you know, it was kind of, it would make sense in prom if they would just like not talk to me, because that's what happened. You know, everybody was like kind of not expecting me to show up to prom because I was asking if I should or shouldn't, because you know, what am I gonna do? I don't have a date. The one person that I like asked out said they're not into dating, so I'm not gonna ask them to go to prom, right? So gladly, like, no one asked her to prom, and she just like got invited by her friends. But everybody that I knew was like just going to prom just cause. And I'm like, all right, I'll go too. And when I showed up, everybody was surprised. I hopped out in an all-black suit, slick back hair, you know, the typical shit. Yeah, the prom night, I guess, wasn't that eventful because I was still hopping to group because everybody was just doing the opposite of what I wanted to do, you know.
Explosive residue detected.
I remember that night I didn't even get a chance to like eat any of the food because it was always packed with people eating it, and there was no seat. And you know, everybody that I went with or that I was talking with, they already ate, so I can't really ask them like, hey, you want to go eat? And none of my friends that I knew before went to prom because they didn't see a point. So you know, I was like, alright, no eating for me, I guess. And I just chilled, you know, like, there wasn't really a group I stayed with or a group I didn't go with. I was just all over the place. I remember being recorded by the DJ when I was just standing there, and I was like, damn, this fucking asshole. Like, why the fuck you recording my dumb ass in the corner and then smile about it, you little fucking weirdo. There's two of them too. They just started talking about me. Like, look at this kid. He's by himself. Not dancing on the floor, just in the corner. What a weirdo kind of shit. Yeah, after that shit I left. I left the dance floor. And like, I remember walking with my friends and the girl walked by me and she was in this, like, she looked stunning, like this nice dark green dress, and like she waved at me and smiled, like really smiled, and she looked, I don't know if she looked me up and down, maybe I'm exaggerating it, who knows, maybe I just want to see cope. But I guess I remember seeing her like smile and look me up and down and smile and wave. And a lot of people tell me I missed a chance, like even though she rejected me technically, I could have been like, hey, you wanna hang out, you wanna dance, you wanna that, because I guess she didn't, no one expected me to really go to prom, so I don't blame them if like they didn't feel like it. Yeah, I was just there. And I now that I see it, I missed a big chance, probably. But, you know, she ends up calling me weird anyway in the future, so there's no happy ending that is reasonable in this story, I guess. Now, yeah, I hop from friend group to friend group, friends to friends, because I can't do anything about it, you know? I'm just there. Everybody's on a date, everybody's with a group, you know? Everybody's either, like, sneaking alcohol, someone's partying, someone's sitting down and being lazy, people are eating, you know? I just don't feel like I fit into that shit. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking go wherever I want to fucking go. See who I want to see. It was probably like a good 20 minutes. I was by myself on the balcony. Like, there's a balcony that overlooks the courtyard that everybody like could stand and chill at.
Moving. We need to clear the next hall.
I was on that balcony, like in the corner for 20 minutes. I guess you could say aura farming. But I was just standing there, like on my phone, looking at the view. And, like, you know, I got a bunch of people taking photos of me on the balcony, which is surprising. Like, why are you taking photos of me? They're like, I know you. I guess that's a reason.
Keep moving. You still got 2 halls to clear.
And I was just like, oh, I guess, you know, it's what it is. Then, like, I get texted a bunch of photos, like, me standing there. But I look down and, like, I see a lot of couples arguing. It's crazy. And one of them is, like, my one of them was, like, my homegirl that I knew for a long, like, probably, like, 3 years or now. And then, like, you know, I was like, oh, we'll see what's happening, you know. I ended up chilling in the same group that they were and, like, taking prom photos with them. There's, like, one other guy with them, and we, like, copied their poses just for fun. It was interesting. And I remember stopping the argument that night, technically, because they were happy after that. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I be doing. I don't know what the fuck people be feeling about me. It doesn't scare me, but it doesn't, I just don't understand it sometimes, guys. But yeah, like, that was that at that point. It's fucking Jonas Prom, doesn't know do shit. So after that, I kind of just like didn't know how to feel because everybody, I didn't chat with anybody. I was there by myself technically. Then I just text my parents like, yo, everybody's leaving, let's go. Because it was in a ghetto ass area, So I had my parents wanted me to like not take the car and be safe. Everybody took party buses. They dropped me off. They went to a restaurant nearby. I don't blame them. I don't mind, you know. What else am I supposed to do with people I haven't seen until I was like 13 probably? I'll let them do what they want. After everything's a blur. I remember like asking to go to Wendy's or Jack in the Box, and I was so hungry. It was like 12 at night, man. My feet hurt. I was sweating in an all-black suit. And I just said, fuck it, I'm hungry, bruh. So then they're like, alright, we went to Wendy's. I got a Baconator fries, Diet Coke. I was like, damn, life is good. Asked me how prom was. I lied. I said it was pretty cool, you know. I talked to a lot of people. Really didn't. Asked me how people were. I said, you know, told my sister about like the girl. They said, oh, you kind of fumbled. I said, yeah, I know I did. Oh, well, what can you do? After that, you know, thing. I remember talking to another girl. The LDR. I remember like getting into a relationship with them, and I'm still fiending over this one girl. And I was like, low-key, like, if this one girl ends up liking me, I'm gonna break up with this LDR bitch and, you know, go full force with this girl in real life. And like, yeah, I'm being mean and calling her a bitch, like low-key. She is a bitch, cause like, not the girl in real life, but the LDR, cause like we ended up breaking up like badly, and she immediately found a new boyfriend, most likely because she was cheating on me, and there's a lot of signs that she was possessive of me and cheating on me. And I think after the whole like I turned, because I was probably like 17 at the time and she was 16. After the whole I turned 18 and I can't like, you know, be used for my body from her kind of thing, or like there's less flirtatious stuff like that, it felt like she just kind of gave up on me, because I was too worried about like, I'm 18, you're 16, you know, it's gonna look bad. She didn't, she's, you know, she still was, she just thought that there was less love because I was not like being, you know, like that with her. I still, you know, still appreciate her, I guess, as a person, but she's still a bitch. Still, you know, fuck you.
Electronic device detected.
Face the wall. I am still your superior. You will address me as sir. Face the wall.
But
Be dealing with
yeah, this, I mean, that girl was that pretty. I would just like drop a relationship I was in to get with her, and that's so bad knowing that I would, you know, thing. But if you think about it, like, oh, it's terrible. Don't think about it. It was only like 2 weeks into the relationship with this LDR, so like it didn't matter for me. But I ended up going with the LDR because the other girl just, you know, didn't show attention. You know, there's no points where we can interact, and probably someone better liked her, and you know, that's how I'm gonna think. That's how I'm gonna think. There's probably someone better, because I don't think highly of myself. When have I? Never. Never. So yeah. Then like after that, I kind of like
Agent, have
thought
those
about it
extended
a lot
parts.
more, and we were total opposites. It was like, she absolutely liked K-pop and music and dancing. I liked thug music. dressed thuggish, baggy clothes, bandanas, driving fast, you know, not being safe. You know, she was loud. I wasn't really loud in high school. I was pretty okay-ish, quiet when it was just me. I remember sitting in a boba shop and like they were talking with their friends about tickets to a concert, and she fangirled over the group in hyphen, and I forgot what it was, but she just heard like really good news and she jumped up and knocked over a chair, and it just echoed the entire place, and I was not turned off. I wasn't turned on to begin with. I was just absolutely like, I guess what girls would say was like, I got the ick from that shit. Like, oh, like I know you like what you like, and you know I wouldn't fret on you guys for being happy and joyous for what you like, but kind of like that one was just kind of too much, I guess, because she jumped into the air and like knocked the chair like a few feet behind her, and it like toppled over, like really toppled over, and it was just loud. I don't really like loud noises, amazingly, so that was kind of crazy.
Serious trauma detected.
So I kind of gave up on that. Being weird part, I remember like the time of my life where my sister was she's not anymore, and we kind of have another whole issue on that, but he was dating this one dude that just like so controlling, and like so he needs to be like he's top dog all the time, or like he's the one that's got to give the lecture, he's the one that's gonna talk. And like I remember him like threatening my shit because I didn't want to play video games with him. And like I remember posting about that shit where he dissing on me, telling me he gonna be my shit. And I'm like, first of all, everybody in my life just assumes that I'm this like incapable person of like doing shit. And I guess it makes life easier. Everybody thinks I'm stupid or like incapable, but it gets annoying sometimes when it comes to physical matters. Like I might be small, but I can do the same shit you could do. I teaching me shit about cars as if I didn't take 2 years of automotive technologies and try to study engineering in
Link up with them and
college.
you'll be done there.
Like,
Opponent identified. Suggested use. Missile construction.
bro's
They must be
like,
using a casing from the museum's
oh, do
collection.
you know how to do an
Get
engine
rid of a
swap?
warhead and some
I'm
means of
like,
propulsion.
yeah, you gotta
They
drop
wouldn't
the
need a guide to
transmission,
submit
and
the
you
White
gotta
House or
take
Senate.
up the
Kinda
engine.
goes without saying, but
You know,
if
you gotta
see any
change a
missiles
lot of the
lying around,
gearing.
make sure
And
that
it's
you
like,
never,
oh,
ever
but you didn't say it step by step though. You think you know shit. And like, you gotta say you gotta take out you gotta open the hood. You gotta. I'm like, no way, this motherfucker's getting so technical and shit. And like, I respected him at first because he was chill. And like, motherfucker started telling me shit, like getting technical, like I didn't know shit. Like, of course you're gonna do that shit first. How the fuck you gonna do that shit without taking off, fucking lifting the car or opening the hood? Motherfucker. Shit, we just assuming bullshit at this point. And I remember posting about it. I was heated. Like, man, motherfucker thinks he knows shit and he's telling me shit. And I was on close friends on Instagram. And I remember the girl told one of my friends, who my family considers like a son or a brother, who come to the house a lot of time. He's like, have you seen Aku's stories recently? He's low-key weird. I'm like, I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I can't post or be myself on close friends on Instagram. Like, what the fuck? I remember I was going through like some sort of depression. I don't know, I'm Asian. Depression doesn't fucking exist apparently. I remember going through some shit, and you know, like, I gassed was part of the time too, cause she found that weird. And I'm like, I guess, bruh, fuck it, I'm weird. I didn't know what to do about that, so I just like, all right, you know. And then I remember at one point, she asked that one friend that's like a brother, is like, oh, is he coming to graduation? Oh, don't let me see him during graduation. And like, we don't know the tone of voice from that. You don't know if that was flirty shit or like she didn't want to see me type shit. I'm fine. But I knew it once I went there to like say happy grad. I hear footsteps. Hope someone's waiting outside my door and listening to me. I don't know if they're still there. I low-key check actually. I don't hear anybody. Yeah, but I walked up to them, like, I remember these two people, they both said that, like, this, I guess they don't fuck with me no more after some shit or whatever, cause I was, like, walking near them to say hi to someone that else graduated, and, like, my friend was there. Next thing you know, like, they both kind of pretend I'm not there. And I was like, okay, shit. So then I call my friend. Oh, fuck. I tell my friend, I was like, yo, remember what I said about, like, this girl? If, like, she don't fuck with me, you shouldn't, like, let's leave. He's like, oh, I got you. Then he turned me around and said, that's a beautiful ass sky. And I'm like, oh, shit, you're right. Then I grab my phone. I'm like, oh shit, my friend's calling. Hold up. Left that bitch right away. Ever since then, like, I don't know if they fuck with me or not. They probably don't. I don't really care. You know, what can you do? I guess, you know, it's kind of just like that. Yeah, that's what, I guess, the big thing. I don't know, man. I'm just talking. I just wanted to talk. You know, I was in a very depressive state the whole fucking day. Every minor inconvenience was just hurting my soul, and I was just thinking, like, I just need to talk. I don't know what about. I just wanted to talk. But that's what I did. I just talked. Maybe there's more. No, no. You know, I wouldn't mind. Man, it sucks because it's like not too long ago. Not really. Well, I wouldn't mind being like. I think I'm just giving up on like trying relationship wise. Maybe like I'll entertain, but like I already accepted. Like they're probably not gonna like me. You know, they're probably not gonna continue with it if they do make some sort of moves. Cause it's just like I just happen to catch everybody in a time where they're like just need to recover or whatnot, and I just end up being that person, you know, that they want to recover with, and then you know when they're all better, it's just done for me. It happened a few times, you know, to the point where I'm used enough to accept like I can read a sign, and you know. I just don't gotta say anything and it's already over, you know, like, come on, you really think You're gonna fucking keep talking to me after you healed and like went to someone else. Not as much, not gonna be the same as fun, right? It's gonna be different. It's not weird, like I don't mind, you know, I'm not gonna make it weird afterwards. We're gonna just be normal friends, I guess. You're just not gonna get the same attention, and you're just not gonna, you know, be the same thing, and then you're gonna wonder why it's not. Well, maybe you're not gonna wonder why. I don't think anybody wonders why after that. Yeah, it's just gonna, you know, go back to being normal people, normal friends. You're gonna
Civilians
be
in danger.
healed and happy, and I'm just gonna be the same me that got into there in the beginning, you know? I guess, you know, maybe my purpose in life is to just help people out. You know, that's what I always try to do, because I wonder who doesn't help people out, because it's low-key the bare minimum, right? You know, everybody's like, ooh, when he helps you do things, it's like, it's low-key the bare minimum, is it not? To be kind to people, to treat people how you want to be treated. I feel like that's a bare minimum and shit. So it doesn't really make sense when people like BS on that bullshit, you know? Collat. But I guess everybody's fucking different without, you know, like, oh, you know, it's how it be, yo. He's kind to me, I'll take advantage of it.
Hostile contact point identified.
I don't mind it, you know, it's whatever. I'm probably not gonna see you again. You're probably not gonna see me again. If we do, it's by coincidence. If you do, then you want my attention, I guess. Why else would you be coming to a person that doesn't do shit? I know when I'm not wanted. I know when I'm wanted. I know when people care. I know when people don't care. So, if you don't care, and I don't care, why are you gonna care? It's kind of bullshit, isn't it? How the fuck do I get in this bitch? There's a backpack that I want to loot too. I don't want to take that shit over. Can I climb this? Can't. It's fucked up. You know. I guess helping someone heal is just as good as being in a relationship, I guess. I don't know if I'd be a great partner. I've never been told I was a great partner. I talk too much, I talk too little, too nonchalant, I'm too chalant, you know, like I don't care enough, I care too much. It's what the fuck, you know, like what the fuck do you guys want from me? You know, like is it just right? Is it not just right? You know, I've been cheated on twice, I've been maybe 3 times now. I've been like dumped. I've been broke up with people who just too crazy or just didn't know what they wanted from me. I've been in so many situationships. I had people just like use me for whatnot. You know, it's
Incoming backup request.
don't know what to do about it. So I guess I've accepted like it's okay to just be okay, you know? Like I don't need to it'd be cool, but like, you know, it's probably too demanding with today's standards when I would just want to exist at this point in my life. I just would want to exist. You know, maybe I'm saying a lot of bullshit that probably wouldn't make sense or that probably is different from what I'm gonna feel like the next day. So I wouldn't say take everything I'm saying to heart. I wouldn't say it, you know, keep it in your mindset. This is how I feel. I don't know how I feel half the time, which is crazy. You know, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm no longer happy, sometimes I'm sad all the time, and then when I get happy, it goes away because I remember I'm supposed to be sad. Sometimes I lay on the floor and just give up. Sometimes I just, you know, sit and do nothing when I say I'm going to do something. I do something when I say I'm not going to do nothing. Sometimes I work too hard. Sometimes I work too little. Sometimes I just work until I can't, you know, live. Just found out I have eczema, I guess, or skin pigmentation. Something's wrong with my skin. Like, there's little spots and shit going over. There's like, I'm too short apparently. I'm fucking not gonna grow anymore. My knee needs physical therapy. Like, my knees burn when I run, and I can't run as far. I can't run as fast as I used to. I fucking no, I I don't know where I'm at mentally, technically. I took a depression test. I got ranked like high on the scale with anxiety too. I had an anxiety attack at work and I didn't know how to feel about it. I didn't know what to do. I kind of just pushed myself away, and thank God I was isolated from everybody, because I was slow at work. I wasn't moving as fast. I was distraught. I was like clutching myself. I didn't know what to do. So I was just there. I can't talk to anybody about this. Who the fuck am I gonna talk to about this? There's no one to talk to. Everybody's doing their own thing. I don't want to bug anybody.
We got an SOS from the castle settlement and
Talk
haven't
to
been able
somebody
reestablish contact. Get
about
over there
it.
when you
They're,
can.
you
True
know,
Sons
they're
tends to harass
supportive
them
and
quite a
whatnot.
bit, so they may need help.
And all of a sudden they're just gone, you know. I didn't text them, now they're not texting me, so I guess that's that, you know. What am I supposed to do? I just left it at that. Oh, I'm supposed to enter from this fucking side. Shitty ass game, bro. It's 1 in the morning. Drink half a vodka. I was planning to go until I, felt tired enough to go to sleep, which I'm not. Probably until I started crying at myself. But, I'm not being as emotional as I thought I'd be, because ever since I was a kid, I was not able to cry as much. What? I don't know why I haven't been able to cry as much. Maybe because it's, growing up's like, what the fuck are you crying for, bitch? What do you need to cry for? Last time I probably majorly cried is when I crashed my car. I was devastated that time. That was the only time I majorly cried. Even when
Hostile control point identified.
it's gonna hate to, probably not gonna like hearing this, probably gonna hate to hear this. When I got rejected and confused about the feelings for someone, said I was crying. I wasn't crying. I was forcing myself to try to cry, at least to feel something. To feel like a shred of just sadness or something other than just wanting to die. And I faked it.
Portable electronic
And
device detected.
I just said, alright, I'm gonna go cry myself to oblivion. And I didn't. I just sat in the dark, looking at nothing, existing like how I always do. Just feeling like shit, I guess. I don't know how they feel about that. But oh well, that's what happened. I don't really know how else to say it. Yeah, that's how it worked.
Mortar attack.
I would
Chemical.
love to try to at least, but I guess it won't happen. So I'm just stuck talking and drinking and ranting about shit I never get to talk to with people. 'Cause no one's gonna understand, or my opinion, no one's gonna focus long enough to hear me out. You know, like I bet like people who clicked on this video thinking it's just something random is gonna leave probably by fucking 2 minutes in. No one's gonna give a shit. I barely even give a shit about myself sometimes. So why the fuck are people gonna give a shit now when I start ranting and talking about utter bullshit that probably doesn't concern them, and they're not gonna understand me any better? Cause I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, you can never get a straight answer from me unless it's something that's not about me. You know, like if it's not about me, I can try to give you an answer. If it's about me, I can't do shit about it. And this motherfucker doesn't die. Damn, I'm gonna die.
Signs critical. Heavily armored hostile detected. Agent deceased.
You know, but not a lot of you are gonna watch this far in the video. Not a lot of you are gonna care. A lot of you are probably gonna skip to this shit and be like, whoa, where the fuck did we jump to? Or like, what the fuck is happening? No, I don't even know what the fuck is happening with myself. I'm barely getting any sleep. I got work tomorrow and I'm playing a fucking game, recording myself, talking about myself, and it's not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna post this shit and no one's gonna watch this shit. I should be working on a bunch of videos I should be editing, but I'm procrastinating because I don't want to do shit. I just want to exist. You know, fuck. This is Johatsu. You know, I just wanted to exist half the time. I didn't want to be a part of anybody's big drama. I didn't want to take sides. And, you know, it's still a big goal for me to get a lot of money and just move to Japan and just live a life there. Peaceful life. I'd work in a fucking convenience store if I could. Just to chill. Because, you know, all I gotta do is just say, hi, how are you? That'll be all. And fucking deal with the payments and leave. Then go back home, drink a beer, watch TV, and do nothing. It would be amazing just to do that shit, you know, just to exist. You know, I don't know. I don't know what people see in me. I don't even know what I see in myself. I don't know what people see in me. I don't know see in myself, bro. It's kind of just like, why? Why would you, like, why would you care? I don't even care, you know? I'd probably save someone else before I would save myself. I'd probably keep working until, you know, I can't work no more.
Location guarded by hostiles.
Remember, everybody's concerned, like, why are you not wearing gloves while you work? And I just don't like wearing gloves. And I remember a straight week, my arms just were covered in cuts and scratches. I get bruises out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. I didn't care. I went to school with appendicitis. I had 2 hours left before it ruptured and I possibly could have died. I didn't give a fuck. Welcome that shit, man. You're so cool. Thanks. I know I'm so cool. I wait every single day ready until I can't go on no more. I welcome it. You know, it's better than just sitting in silence every night and just staring and wanting to be like, at least, you know, someone with me. Or something. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I wish for. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what anything is. I'm just here. I'm telling you. I'm just fucking here. If there's a plan for me, then there's a plan for me. If there's no plan for me, there's no plan for me. You know, if it's my time, it's my time, you know. But that being said, why are you guys care if I get a motorcycle and go down the freeway at like 140? Oh, if it's not my time, then I should be okay, right? Or if I'm, you know, that cool, I think I should be able to maneuver around and not blow the fuck up.
You should keep moving.
Bad mindset? I don't know. Everybody's mindset is different. Yeah. What am I good for? I don't know. You get stressed out a lot, you know. Sometimes I just want to relax. I want to relax with someone, but you know, can't find anyone like that nowadays, I guess, to just relax with. Or they're just all doing their own thing, or you're not the center of attention like they say you are. It's whatever. I could just disappear. How many would notice? How many would care? If I didn't do it in a big grand way, I don't know if people would notice.
Looks like the two sons are using this control point as some kind of supply depot. Not many guards, but the place is locked down.
Do we need another way in? Agent, this control point is built over an underground parking lot. There should be pedestrian access to the lower levels. Look for an elevator.
Oh, I like this. I was low-key having a terrible day today. I don't know. I just had that mindset. It was just bad mindset. And then, like, I got put with a coworker that talks too much. And thankfully, he didn't talk this time. But this time, he started playing Christian rap music. And it was fucking terrible. It was fucking... I'm not gonna cap for real. I'm not gonna cap for real. Dislike the devil, some shit like that. It was, it was, you know, you can listen to music. I have no issue. It's your music, but why are you playing that shit so fucking loud? He started playing fucking Tupac. I like Tupac. He likes Tupac. I fucking hate it now. Didn't do shit, bitch. But I just didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, then next thing you know, we couldn't do work for like an hour and a half because we got introduced to this new system for morning meetings, and it's just a fucking TV that's touchscreen, and it takes longer. So I was standing there for like a good 30-40 minutes. Then everybody took another meeting for all the leads, so there's no one like doing orders for the medical supplies. So then I was just standing there, and then next thing you know, we pull shit. They pull the parts. My parts puller, he pulls the stuff that we need to ship out, and it's that big guy that I don't like because he talks too much. Man, motherfucker, he fucking he fucking pulls the wrong shit. And I stood there looking like an idiot trying to scan the barcode, and I'm like, it's the wrong fucking shit. Then the audacity of this guy to go change it out and said it was the lights. It looked different. No, it didn't. It's two different size boxes. One has Opticell in a big ass lettering, and one says VUE plus. What the fuck? How do you fuck that shit up, man? Man, and everybody assumes I'm not fucking capable in that job, dude. Except for like 3 people. Like, shit, dude. It's not hard to read a fucking barcode, check if the shit's the right one, pack the box, and put it to the next thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't be left alone by my trainer while the other one left me alone the first week. You know how good I am at like doing this fucking job? I got put into the next thing that they're training me a week early because I forced myself to do it. Because I wasn't gonna sit around and do nothing while my trainer is like, yeah, unless I'm here, we can't pack these things. When it's just reading a paper and putting that shit in there, putting ice, closing it, and then putting the box on the line. It wasn't that hard to read that shit. Yeah, and he assumed that I can't replace air bubbles on the machine. Like, I can't cut a hole and put plastic and then let it run on a machine. It's apparently too fucking hard. This man struggled more than I would have when I put that shit on there. And the other part is like my fucking line lead, he's chill as fuck. He lets me do whatever the fuck I want. Like, not in that sense, but he lets me learn what I want to learn and like do what I want to do to help out the line. And he's fucking so chill for that shit. He's a real one, bruh. He's the only one that probably understands that I don't need to be repeated and taught the same shit over and over again. If you teach me good the first way, I'm gonna get that shit right away. I'm as fast as a learner, as fast as you're willing to teach my dumbass. Shit pisses me off, man. And then fucking we ain't do shit for a while, and like this motherfucker is packing my packer, this annoying motherfucker that talks too much. He's packing the shit. After pulling the parts, he's packing the shit to put on the line so we can process them. He can't tape a fucking box for shit apparently. Everything's in the wrong box, everything's upside down. Some shit is not confirmed for some reason. I don't know how that's possible. He's complaining and shit. He just complains, bro. I'm complaining now, but he just complains all the time at work, bro. Like, no one wants to hear it. But I used to be the best. Well, yeah. You slow as shit, though. You say you're the best, but you're not proving shit to me. And you're always talking big game. Man, he's talking like... Oh my god. He's talking like, yeah, my boss is a big, like, black dude, and this guy's a fat Mexican guy. He's like, yeah, if if people want to talk shit to me, we could take it to the parking lot. And, like, if they want to have a problem, take it to the parking lot. Bro, anybody can low-key take you on in a fight in the parking lot. I don't understand, bro. And, none of them are willing to talk shit to me because I'm literally don't give a fuck half the time. And I'm doing my job like I'm supposed to, unlike these motherfuckers. We're gonna be put in the same shipping area, packing the same shit, but you get on a forklift and leave to go do some bullshit. And you go on the line. Like, that shit don't make fucking sense to me, low-key. I don't know. Is it just me, or is it like a new fad to like not do your fucking job? Like, anywhere. Like, shit, is it that hard to do a job? Man, and like a few days before that shit, I ordered Subway. Tell me why that shit wasn't cooked at all. I still ate it though, because what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Cook that bitch myself? Like, shit. And if I fucked up and ate that shit and something happened to me, fuck it. I'm ready, bitch. Fucking hell, man. And then now this motherfucker's complaining about that shit. Like, he's pulling shit, right? And alright. What else happened to me, bruh? Fuck, nobody can drive for shit where I'm at, bro. Like, everybody just... Did I find the set? I did. Nobody can drive for shit. They just doing whatever the fuck they want half the time. No turn signals, driving hella slow. Fucking cutting me off and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing driving like that, bro? Peeking your head out, running stop signs on me? Like, shit. What the fuck? And I tried to go to Costco to get gas. There was a car accident in front of the fucking Costco. How the fuck you fuck up Costco, bro? And low key, of course, they're Asian. I don't give a fuck, bro, if that's racist or not. I'm Asian too. I just don't like I'm fucking racist to the human race, bitch. I don't like anybody. Like, fuck. don't get this shit, bro. How you fucking crash at Costco? Then tell me why while I'm pumping my shit, it just stops pumping and it just don't work. It don't work. I paid $47 of gas. That bitch only got me to like half a tank. I was like one line before that bitch ran out, and it got me to half a tank. Like fuck, bro. Like and then like I leave, and then fucking some guy is trying to run the stop sign on me when I got there first, and I fucking what the fuck? He looks at me like I'm a dumbass. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with you, bro? Shit, and then I fucking go, and then I was like tired as shit, bro. And I'm trying to fucking go home. Fucking everybody's driving like dick ass, bro. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing, bro? I'm tired as shit. Next thing you know, we end up going to a restaurant. I'm like, oh my god, fuck it, I'll go to a restaurant. It's band night. That dude was singing his heart out. I wish I could do that shit, bro. Then some bitch started dancing behind me, and I was like tired, mentally drained, bro. I was like, if this bitch hit me on the back of the head, I'm just slamming the table and getting up and walking out and using that bitch to cool off. Like, I'm using that bitch as a downtime for me. Didn't happen though. Wish it did. I wouldn't have been pissed. I would just use that as an excuse to leave. You know, Johatsu type shit. Just talking now. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just how it is, I guess. You know, if I just don't respond to anybody anymore, people hate me.
Detected.
Or if I just leave my own Discord server that I partially own, people hate me. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot. Just leave and don't come back, you know, no matter how much convincing. Just disappear from all of them. It doesn't matter. You guys really probably don't care, you know. I just own the server, and I'm somewhat attractive or somewhat popular, so you guys are interested. It's whatever.